My name is Brian. I'm a doctor and licensed clinical psychologist, and I specialize in ADHD. So how can you predict if someone with ADHD is actually going to get something done? You just got to remember these four letters: I-C-N-U. So the I, is it interesting? So the C, is it challenging? So the N, is it novel? And the U, is it urgent? So for example, writing an email to a teacher and reminding them that you're going to be out of town in a little bit, and so you're going to be missing some assignments. Well, is it interesting? Not really. Is it challenging? Not really at all. Is it novel? I wouldn't say so. Is it urgent? Not yet, but it probably will become urgent at some point, and that's why people with ADHD are going to wait till the very last second to get that email sent out. Did you know that anxiety is the most common co-occurring diagnosis with ADHD? So if you have ADHD, you're 50% more likely to have an anxiety disorder than the general population. And one of the main reasons for that might be something called consistent inconsistency. Now, if you have ADHD, I know you know what that means. Over time, you begin to distrust yourself. You're not sure if you're forgetting something. You're not sure if you're going to get something done. You're not sure if you're going to get overwhelmed with something. You know something has to get done, but you're not sure if you're going to be able to get it done. And that level of uncertainty that builds up over years might be one of the main reasons why ADHD and anxiety co-occur. If you have a kid diagnosed with ADHD, I'll bet you could probably be telling them what to do or correcting them pretty much all day long. I'm sure you don't want to be doing that, and I'm pretty sure your kid does not want you to be doing that. I got just the tip. Folks with ADHD have a hard time using the front part of their brain, which is all about planning ahead. Well, how are they going to get better at that if we keep telling them what to do? So if your little one has piano lessons coming up, instead of saying, hey, get your books, try this. What do you need to do to be ready for piano class? Or maybe they got home from school and they're hanging out with the TV for a while. Instead of asking, hey, do you have any homework due tomorrow? I'm gonna ask, what do you need to accomplish tonight so that you're ready for tomorrow? It takes the power struggle out because I'm not telling them what to do, and it gets them thinking about what's coming up and what do I need to do to get there, which is absolutely difficult for anyone with ADHD to do, so the more practice, the better. So ADHD meds get a lot of bad rap, don't they? So look, I'm not one to push medications if it's not necessary, but many experts believe that ADHD medications is one of the most important decisions a person with ADHD can make. So speaking from experience, living with ADHD is like driving through a snowstorm. By the way, I live in Wisconsin, so we get a lot of them too. Now, of course you can drive in a snowstorm, but it's difficult to see and it does take a bit of effort. The main thing is you end up driving slower. So now one way to think of medication is that it takes the snow away. Things are clearer and calmer, and now you're able to move through tasks much quicker and by using less energy. Now, hey, so if you have ADHD, I hate to break it to you, there's not going to be one single thing that is going to guarantee you get things done. Instead, the other way to think about it is it's all about probability. Putting things in place in your life that are going to increase the likelihood of you getting things done. So for example, if you got a bunch of laundry sitting in the dryer, how are you going to remember to do that? Well, if you just leave it up to your brain by itself, it's going to be pretty unlikely that you're going to do it. So if you just left it up to your brain, we'll say that you have about a 5% chance of getting it done. Now, if you put it in your calendar and schedule it in, now all of a sudden your likelihood goes up to about 55%. Add a reminder in your phone that gives you a notification that it has to get done. Now we're about 75%. Set multiple reminders in your phone so they go off all day. Now we're about 90%. You see what I mean? It's all about playing the numbers. Take a smattering of strategies, put them in your life, and implement them consistently. And that's how you get things done if you have ADHD.